Do you need me? I am here. You cannot see me, yet I am the light you see by. You cannot hear me, yet I speak through your voice. You cannot feel me, yet I am the power at work in your hands. I am at work, though you do not understand my ways. I am at work, though you do not recognize my works. I am not strange visions. I am not mysteries. Only in absolute stillness, beyond self, can you know me as I am, and then but as a feeling and a faith. Yet I am here. Yet I hear. Yet I answer. When you need me, I am here. Even if you deny me, I am here. Even when you feel most alone, I am here. Even in your fears, I am here. Even in your pain, I am here. I am here when you pray and when you do not pray. I am here in you, and you are in me. Only in your mind can you feel separate from me, for only in your mind are the mists of yours and mine. Yet only with your mind can you know me and experience me. Empty your heart of empty fears. When you get yourself out of the way, I am here. You of yourself do nothing, but I do all, and I am in all. Though you may not see the good, good is here, for I am here. I am here because I have to be, because I am. Only in me does the world have meaning. Only out of me does the world take form. Only because of me does the world go forward. I am the law on which the movement of the stars and the growth of living cells are founded. I am the love that is the law's fulfilling. I am assurance. I am peace. I am oneness. I am the law that you can live by. I am the love that you can cling to. I am your assurance. I am your peace. I am one with you. I am. Though you fail to find me, I will not fail you. Though your faith in me is unsure, my faith in you never wavers, because I know you, because I love you. Beloved, I am here. And so it is. Amen.
Let's go ahead and speak our sacred affirmations for July. It is July. So for inner peace, together please. Peace is my center. I am calm and serene. Guidance. I shine the light of divine wisdom from within to guide my every step. For healing, together, my body is a vessel of life and energy. And for prosperity, together, the rich blessings of divine abundance flow to me and through me. I am prosperous. And for world peace, together, I bless the world with thoughts of unity and harmony. And this is our chance to greet each other. Have some coffee or a scone. Well, don't get your hopes up. Target's made them. They're yummy. Couple quick announcements. When we have these little envelopes, and for those of you that choose to give your love offering in cash, if you want to print your name, that way you can get credit for it at the end of the year when we give you that letter that says, thank you for your tax deductible donations. If you are new and we don't have your address, we need your address at some point. You don't need to do that every time. So just, those are in the back, a little stack if you choose to use them. Next Sunday, we're gonna have Monica Hart giving the talk and a workshop on affirmative prayer. And I think that's all of our announcements. Also, if you choose, there's a daily word. Oh, announcements from the floor?
Right, Patty McDonald, who was a long-time member, has had a stroke.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Patty McDonald, and her husband John has some issues with his knees as well. Anyway, so they're having a kind of rough time right now.
Okay, so if we can hold them in prayer, if we want to
Yes.
take a moment of silence and hold Patty and John in the loving care of Spirit as we affirm their eternal nature and we affirm the power of the healing Christ within for them. All right, let's go ahead and
Well, one more, and that's, yesterday was a memorial for Jose Villaseñor, who passed, he just turned 60 and then was about to have his 60th birthday party, but then ended up going into the hospital and anyway, he ended up getting pneumonia and he passed. Anyway, so they ended up being a celebration of his life, and that was yesterday at the community of Modesto, and a kind of reception following at their house, and they really celebrated his life. That's wonderful. With mariachis and a taco bar and all kinds of goodies to eat and good time had by all.
thank you, Dawn, and we held Jose and Margot in prayer as well. Let's go ahead because we do that well. Let's hold a loving spirit of prayer for Jose, his family, and Margot as Jose makes his transition into the Spirit. We see them blessed and loved and wrapped in community. So I'm going to invite you, if you choose, there's a daily word on the back counter, and I will read the daily word for today, which is valuable. As a divine being, I am valuable and irreplaceable. Each person is a spiritual being made in the image and likeness of God, blessed with a variety of spiritual gifts we share in different ways. The world needs my unique contributions. When I see myself this way, I become newly aware of my value as a member of the human family, more confident in myself as I shine the light of God as only I can. Living in the awareness of my value helps others see it too. I leave behind critical or negative opinions I may have held about myself and treat myself as the divine being I am. Like a beautiful gemstone, I too am a precious jewel among so many others. Together we sparkle and shine. So God created humankind in his image, and in the image of God he created them, male and female he created them. Genesis 1:27. And now let's prepare for meditation.
As I breathe, I know who I am. As I breathe, I know who I am the flame name. I am. Oh, as I breathe, I know who I am. As I breathe, I know who I am. I am the flame. I am the name. I am a river of joy flows from my heart to you. Rock me in your arms, divine mother. A river of joy flows from my heart to you. Rock me in your arms, divine mother. Oh, as I breathe, I know who I am. As I breathe, I know who I am. I am the flame. I am the name. I am. As I breathe, I know who I am. As I breathe, I know who I am. I am the flame. I am the name. I am a river of joy flows from my heart to you. Rock me in your arms, divine mother. A river of joy flows from my heart to you. Rock me in your arms, divine mother. Oh, as I breathe, I know who I am. As I breathe, I know who I am. I am the flame. I am the name. I am.
And so we settle into our chairs, taking anything we may be holding in our hands or in our minds and hearts, and just setting it aside for this sacred time of connection. I invite you to take a breath with me into the heart center, taking it nice and slow, deeply into the breath, into the heart. Hold it and let out a sigh. Again, nice deep breath into the heart. In the first book of John, chapter 3, verse 1, it says, "Behold, what manner of love the Father has bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God." It has been truly said that love is the lodestone of life, the treasure of earth, and the highest gift of heaven. We all wish to feel that we are kept in the arms of love, protected by its shelter and warmed by its feeling. But someone might ask, how do we really know that the universe rests on the shoulders of love? The answer is simpler than it might appear. For instance, no one is ever harmed by love. The more love there is in our life, the better off we are. While the opposite to love, which is hate and dislike, can actually consume us mentally and destroy our health physically. If then love builds up while its opposite destroys, we may be certain that there is a universal reality to it, that we are actually immersed in an infinite love as well as a divine wisdom. And we must learn to feel the presence of this love and rely on it. Therefore, let us say daily, I am one with the love of God. I am one in the love of God with all people. My love goes out to everyone, and I know that it is returned from everyone. Overlooking everything that might seem to deny this divine benefits, I trust that infinite love will guide and protect me in everything. And I counsel my own soul to show forth this love in such a manner that it shall embrace and warm the heart of humanity, bringing confidence and trust and faith and hope to everyone it touches. Daily, I affirm that love governs all of humanity into the pathways of peace and joy. Daily, I affirm that love goes before and makes the way plain and happy. And daily, I affirm that my own love is renewed and rekindled by that great and vast love in which I am immersed. That love that is God. And I invite you now to just let this truth, that love is God, settle into your very being. I invite you to let that love permeate your mind, your heart, as you breathe and rest in the silence. Now, come back into the awareness of the space around us and our dear ones sitting in front of us, behind us, and all around us. And as we come back into this space, and I invite you to continue to focus on your breathing, taking nice, deep, slow breaths into the heart, staying connected and tethered to God, to the Holy Spirit, to that tether of the divine that is like a golden cord, keeping us grounded and surrounded and enfolded in love. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you, Willie. So my talk this week is called Love is the Answer. And we have a special guest here, Emery, this morning, so we're going to start with a story. And it's a good story, not just for kids, but for all of us. And it's called I Love You Forever. Has anybody has ever read this book? Get your Kleenexes ready. No. A mother held her new baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she held him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. There's the picture. The baby grew and he grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 2 years old and he ran all around the house. He pulled all the books off the shelves, he pulled all the food out of the refrigerator, and he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. Sometimes his mother would say, "This kid is driving me crazy." But at nighttime, when that 2-year-old was quiet, she opened the door to his room and crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. The little boy grew and he grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 9 years old. He never wanted to come in for dinner. He never wanted to take a bath. And when Grandma visited, he always said bad words. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. But at nighttime, when he was asleep, the mother quietly opened the door to his room and crawled across the floor and looked up over the side of his bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that 9-year-old boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. The boy grew and he grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a teenager. He had strange friends and he wore strange clothes and he listened to strange music. Sometimes his mother felt like she was in the zoo. But at nighttime, when that teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that great big boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. That teenager grew and he grew and he grew and he grew and he grew until he was a grown-up man. He left home and got a house across town. But sometimes on dark nights, the mother got into her car and drove across town. And if all the lights in her son's house were out, she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, I know, and looked up over the side of his bed. And if that great big man was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." Well, that mother, she got older, and she got older and older and older. And one day she called up her son and said, "You better come see me because I'm very old and sick." So her son came to see her. When he came in the door, she tried to sing the song. She sang, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always." But she couldn't finish because she was too old and sick. The son went to his mother, and he picked her up and rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he sang this song. "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my mommy you'll be." When the son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. Then he went into the room where his very new baby daughter was sleeping. He picked her up in his arms and very slowly rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked her, he sang, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." There's a story, Emery. And for all of us. It's a good baby shower gift if you're ever giving somebody something. So now that we started out with the tearjerker, so love is the answer. Love is the answer. Years ago, like 25 years ago, Unity always would have every year a statement. They would be like the saying of the year. And they did that year, they sent them out like with your daily word subscription or whatever. Everybody got a bumper sticker, and I put mine on in front of my computer. When I had a big old monitor and stuff, it was across the top. Love is the answer. From 1 Corinthians 13. "If I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but I do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. From where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now we see only a reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully as I am fully known. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. That's from 1 Corinthians, verse 13 through, from 4 to 13. The very first talk I ever gave for a unity, for any service, was called "The Love You Give is the Love You Keep." And I'm coming to realize as the older I get that every single one of us is on this path, and our bodies are going to disappear. But in unity, we know that we're eternal spiritual beings having this human experience. And what is the purpose of having this human experience? It's to be an expression of love. That's what I fully believe. And we're presented with everything that is the opposite of that. And we're given this opportunity to be love to be love in all of the distressing ways. Most of you know my mom passed away on June 4th. And I was doing okay with that. I mean, as okay as you can be going through the transition. And it's someone who's been on hospice, you expect them to die. That's the whole point of hospice, right? And you expect that people that are old and ill, that's just the natural progression of life. But then if you're reading the paper and, Don talks about Jose, they were planning his birthday. And the next thing you know, he's, how old was he? 50? 60. They're having his celebration of life. One day when my mom was at my house, the last few weeks of her life, she was sitting on the couch. And it was a mission to get her out, every day. It would be a couple of hours that she would get dressed and go through this routine of getting up for the day. And she was sitting on the sofa in the living room, and I was sitting across from her, and my elderly poodle, Chloe, who a lot of you know, I used to bring her with me all the time, was sitting next to her. And it came across to me that pretty soon they would disappear, their bodies would disappear, and that my relationship would change from the physical to the spiritual. Chloe's still with me. My mom now, I look at that spot on the couch now and I realize that I was given a message that day that we're temporal. These bodies are temporal. And as much as we normalize everything and we think everything's going to still, it's Sunday, tomorrow's Monday, and we can predict everything that's going to happen in our day planner. We have it all planned. None of it's guaranteed, and everything can shift in a moment. It can shift in the world news, as we saw the week before. We can't predict that everything's going to unfold the way we all want it to, or the collective consciousness says it's going to. Thursday or Friday, I was driving into Sonora to run some errands, and I got a phone call that I thought it was Susan's daughter-in-law, Krista. It came up Krista on my phone. And I'm like, okay. So I didn't think twice about it. I just called her back, and I'm thinking that I'm talking to Susan's daughter-in-law, Krista, who's our bookkeeper and helping Unity a lot. We love Krista. And so Krista's on the phone. Come to find out, it was my best friend's daughter. But I'm still thinking it's Susan's daughter-in-law. So she's like, I don't know how to tell you this. I'm like, oh shit. I'm thinking that she's calling me about Susan. She says, Mom died last night. I'm like, and I'm still thinking it's Susan, who I adore and who's very rapidly become like family to me. I just love her so much. But it was my best friend's daughter, Leslie. She went to bed Thursday night and never came out the next morning. So her other daughter, Rachel, went in to check on her, and she had died in her sleep, or had died during the night. So this woman I've known since the 8th grade. I was living in Milpitas with my mom and my stepdad in a very unsafe environment. My stepfather was a child molester, and I was being abused. And I decided, after spending the weekend with my dad and his new wife, that I was going to go live with them on the spur of the moment. So I went back home, and my dad drove me to Roosevelt Junior High the next day, and we were late. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning, and he drove me to school on his Harley. I know. I think that was the last time I rode on a Harley, or I don't know. But he registered me, and I got taken to, it was second period, art, in the middle of the period. So I walk into this room, and it's an art room, so everything's like high tables and counters. And I remember walking in and feeling really out of place and really nervous and really upset that I had just disrupted my life and moved to Modesto. And I hear this voice from across the room that says, and I've told this story so many times, "Hey, new girl, come over here and sit." And I looked across the room, and that was Leslie. And she became my best friend in that moment, and we raised our kids together. We had a cleaning business in the 90s called Lucy and Ethel's Cleaning Business. And we just had a great time. And she was the embodiment of love for me. She knew my history. She knew about every detail of my childhood. She was with me the whole way. There's no one on this planet that knew me and had my back like this woman. That is love. Last night, we went to the movies and saw that movie Inside Out 2. And it's I highly recommend it. It's an animated Pixar movie. But it's about feelings and how repeated memories like compassion, joy, love, anxiety, worry, all these things build up in your life. And I'm sitting there watching it, and it's the first time I've been out since I've had this news. And it came to me like the day when my mom was sitting on the sofa that she would be gone, that like it was like this flash of disappearance. And it hit me really hard that every single person I know, my grandchildren, my children, all of us are on borrowed time, including the kids. And it just, this wave of grief just overwhelmed me. And then fast forward to this morning, I'm driving here with Gerhardt, and he's a minister. And if you get the chance, have a conversation with this man. But he reminded me the truth that number one, love is the only thing there is. It's the only thing that's real. It's the reason why we're here. And even after we go, it's the legacy that we leave behind. We're eternal spiritual beings having this human physical experience. And today we're still here. We're still here, so we have that point of power. And the power is love. So we don't know, and we can't control what's happening on a global, sorry, my nose is running. In the global arena, the political arena, the future of the United States, the future of the world, the future of our family, the future of our grandchildren and our children. So what power does that leave us? What power does it leave us? We have that point of power right now to be loved, to be compassionate. When we have a choice to be judgmental, we can choose to be compassionate. I read something that the darkness doesn't realize that it's part of the light, but yet it still is. And we can have compassion for that. Those that are dwelling in the darkness feel that they are the highest enlightened people on the planet. They really believe that. So by us adding our judgment and hate to that, then we're right there with them in the ignorance of thinking that we're enlightened. We don't have to be spiritual in the world. We can be kind, compassionate, have empathy, and withhold our judgment, and just be love, be in our sphere of love. And that is more powerful than all the judgment in the world. Because when I was in the darkness, and I have been in the darkness of judgment and hate and prejudice, the only thing that helped me was love. More judgment didn't help me. Being attacked didn't help me. But love will disarm everything. It's the highest power in the world. There is no power greater. And those that are in the darkness thinking that they are enlightened, the only thing that is real and strong and powerful is love. And that is, love makes all things in the end new. It heals all things. The darkness can't do that because it's not unified. It will ultimately fail. It will ultimately fall apart. It has no staying power. The only power is love. It is the answer to every question. And so if you're in your life and you're trying to figure something out, if you're not coming at it with love and compassion, first for yourself, because when we love ourselves, that's our practice for loving the world. And I know I talk about forgiveness a lot and how important that is, but it's so important to your physicality, to your body. Because any unforgiveness and judgment that you're holding, you're storing it in your body and it's blocking yourself from healing. It's blocking the love. It's an area of cancer in your body. So forgiveness means clearing that energy out of yourself so that you have room to be loved, so you can replace it with love. So when we say let go, we're letting go of all unforgiveness so that we can be healthy, so that love can fill that spot. So where an ancient hatred is, can be an altar of forgiveness and love, a holy altar for the Holy Spirit to reside. Love is listening, and all it needs is for you to say, help me. You take one step towards God, and God rushes towards you. I'm sadder right now than I think I ever have been in my life, but I know at the same time my heart is wide open. And I know that my friend is saturated and surrounded and enfolded by love, and that she's not in pain anymore. And that my relationship with her now is stronger than ever because she's with me always. Always. We only have a very small amount of time left, you guys. So love yourself. Love your efforts. Love your efforts. Love yourself, love your family, and tell them that you love them. Love your friends. If you haven't called your best friend in a while, now's the time. And if they're gone, you can still share your love. How we love each other is the purpose. It's the purpose of life. We went to an event at Antoinette's Wednesday. I forgot already. They have a beautiful place, you guys, a wonderful vineyard, and we had a drum circle. And some of our Unity family was there that we haven't seen in a long time. And it was good. Thank you, Antoinette, for being love, for being proactive in love. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Thank you. We can outstretch our hands to each other. Just do that. Love is the answer. Thank you, guys.
So can you sing a song?
Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna sing a song.
Let's sing a song. Sorry, I got distracted. Gerhard.
Stand up and you can sing. You can do this gospel style. Okay, you catch on. I love myself without condition. I am a child of God. I love myself without condition. I am a child of God. A child, a heavenly child of God. A child, a heavenly child of God. I'm gonna sing it, then you guys repeat. I love myself without condition. I am a child of God. I love myself without condition. I am a child of God. I love myself without condition. I am a child of God. I love myself without condition. I am a child of God. A child, a child, a heavenly child of God. A child, a heavenly child of God. A child, heavenly child of God. So you sit down and show them.
Thank you, Reverend Marianne, and thank you, Gerhard. This was a touching service. Grateful to be here with you. This is our offering time. So if you would hold what you would give in your hands to be blessed. We'll say our prayer together. So together, please. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
Oh, sweet Spirit, we give thanks for each dear one here today and the gifts of love, compassion, prosperity that we offer. Blesses this community, blesses ourselves and our family, and the unity of Stockton and the city of Stockton and the whole world. Give and love because we love to give. And God is our source.